What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Jake, your favorite investor. And in this video, we're gonna go over how to make $1 million in profit flipping houses in the year 2023. I've flipped over 970 houses. I've made $1 million, much more than $1 million in profit numerous times over fiscal years. And the strategy I'm gonna share with you is not only how I've done it, and I'm able to repeat that process over and over, but also how I've been able to teach other people to put themselves into this business model to make that same amount of profit in any given year. This stuff is effective, it's repetitive, and so you're gonna wanna sharpen your pencil. You wanna make sure there's ink in your pen. If you've got a Sharpie, take that cap off. You don't wanna sniff it. You're not gonna wanna miss this video. So first and foremost, it's important to understand that the amount of money we make in this business is a direct correlation to how many offers we make. So if you want to make a lot of money in a short amount of time, it's very important to make a lot of offers in a very short amount of time. So we're gonna go over the exact process of how to do that. Number one, I want you to pick 3 different markets. The first market, I want it to be local to you. We call that our backyard market. It's the area where you live. It's somewhere where you can drive by the houses. Typically, that's where people want to start anyway, because it's so familiar to them. They know the areas, they know the back roads, they may have grown up in a certain spot. There's an emotional connection with it. Now, in addition to that, I want you to pick a second market between 200 and 500 miles from where you live. The reason for this is because it makes you feel a little bit more uncomfortable. However, it's still close enough for you to drive. So you can't go in the middle of the day, but you can definitely go tomorrow morning and be back at your house tomorrow night. It makes it a little bit more uncomfortable. And then I want you to pick a third market that's clear across the country. If you're on the East Coast, pick it on the West Coast. But make it far away enough where you absolutely have no ability to stop what you're doing and get to that property on the same day. The reason for this is because I want you to realize and break down false belief patterns. I want you to realize that the way that contractors respond, the way that real estate agents respond, the way that lenders respond, it's gonna be the same in every single area. Whether it's an area you're familiar with, where you know the back roads, or an area clear across the country that you're not familiar with at all. Contractors, realtors, and lenders all respond the same way. They may talk a little faster or a little bit slower. They may have an accent in one place and talk like you in the other place. But regardless of where you're at in the country, it's a very repetitive and predictable process that we go through talking with these 3 members of our power teams: real estate agents, lenders, and contractors. So we're focusing on 3 different markets. You don't want to pick more, and you definitely don't want to pick less. Start with 3. Now, once you have your 3 markets picked out, and by the way, you can throw darts at a dartboard. It doesn't have to be a very scientifically thought out process. I want you to pick them within the next 10 minutes, and then it's go time. If you know how to run your numbers correctly in house flipping, and most of you do if you're watching this, if you want to go deeper into that topic, check this video out here. With each market, I want your goal to be making 1 offer per day per market. So 3 offers per day. My recommendation is to do 1 offer per market per day, 7 days a week. But if you want to do it 5 days a week, that's totally fine as well. If you do 7 days a week, you will get to the promised land a lot more quickly. But making an offer a day in a given market, minimum, you can try for 2, you can try for 3, but a minimum of 1 offer per day. The goal, the quota, is 30. Once you get to 30, we typically have enough data to give us feedback on what's going on with that market. Now, there's 2 ways that this can go. One, if you make 30 offers, there's a good likelihood you're gonna get an offer accepted. Now, it doesn't mean that we're gonna go through with that offer, because we still have to go through an inspection and a due diligence period, make sure the numbers are correct. But the goal is to just get that offer accepted after you're making those 30 offers every 30 days. Now, once you have those 30 data points, if you do not have an offer accepted, I want you to have a spreadsheet with each of your offers that are made. 123 Main Street, I offered 120 grand. 123 Vine Street, I offered 180 grand. I want you to keep track of all 30 offers and every other offer that you make in any given market. Now, at the same time, I want you to list on that same spreadsheet a column for what the winning bid was for each of those offers. So if you offered $120,000 on 123 Main Street, but you can see that the winning offer was $125,000, I want you to mark that and have that on all 30 data points in that market. Now, once you hit 30 offers, first, you're gonna feel a lot more comfortable making offers. Second, you're gonna learn to do it as a rapid fire rather than something that you're taking a full week to analyze the numbers and analyze the trends and make sure that you're saying things correctly. I want this to be quick. Speed is king in this business. Now, at the end, when you have 30 offers, if you haven't got an offer accepted, if you, on average, were off the winning bid by $7,000 or less. It's just a matter for your next 30 offers of increasing your offer price by a few $1,000. Ideally, increase it by $5,000 to $7,000 because statistically that shows that's all you're off by, and that's very close. It's very easy to adjust contractor numbers by $3,000, $3,500. It's very easy to adjust lender numbers, lender fees by $3,000 for the lifetime of a project. And so if that's how close you are, it's just a matter of submitting a little bit higher of offers to get those offers accepted and get to the next phase, which is our inspection period. So once you start getting offers accepted, I want you to go through the process of getting contractor numbers, get multiple bids, contact lenders, make sure you're running your numbers correctly, see what bids they give you for the cost of their money for funding these deals. And at the end of the day, if you have a minimum 10% of profit, you move forward with the deal. It's a game of layers, but everything is driven from the number of offers that you make. If we make enough offers, we get offers accepted. If we get offers accepted, there's a likelihood that we'll get through the inspection period and actually buy the house. If we buy the house, we can carry on with the flip and at the end of the day, make an average of $40,000 or $50,000 in net profit. The more of these flips that we do, the more profit we make. So if you want to get to $1 million and you have an average profit of $50,000 per flip, we have to flip 20 houses. So it's a numbers game. The problem that most people have in this business is they operate extremely slowly because they're either emotional or defensive, or they just simply procrastinate on getting to that next phase. The way to do this is rapid firing offers as often and as quickly as you can to try to get to the next phase of the process. Now, if they're off by more than $7,000. Let's say on average your 30 offers were beat out by an average of $20,000. If that's the case, it's probably not a market that's going to be competitive for you. Let's say it's Portland, Oregon, and you're off by an average of $20,000 and you've lost on every single one of the 30 bids. You want to move down the freeway by about 15 minutes to the next larger city over, and you're going to start that process over. This is a game of data points, of numbers and trends. And there's not only trends in the values of houses, but there's trends of how many opportunities are within a given market. So if we find a market where we're getting offers accepted, we really want to not only plant the seed, but we want to water the soil and grow roots in that pocket. Of the 900 and something houses I've flipped, there's one specific city where about 175 of them actually occurred. And in that city, of those 175 flips that I've done over the last 10 years, realistically, there's 4 neighborhoods that I really focus on. There's a neighborhood that I bought 7 houses in the course of 3 weeks because once I realized that there's a trend of properties being available in that neighborhood, I made it a specific focus of my business. Success leaves clues, and so if I'm successful once, there's a higher likelihood that I'll be successful over and over and over again. So if you're making an offer a day, and let's say at the end of the month, we look back on all of our numbers, and we're getting, let's say 10% of our offers accepted. So we get 9 no's and 1 yes. If we get 1 yes, and so if we make 30 offers in that market, we get 3 yeses. And let's say of those yeses, of those times we get a property under contract, let's say we only move forward with 1 of every 3. That means for every 30 offers we make, we get 3 offers accepted, and every 3 offers accepted on average, we end up moving forward with 1 of them. That means it takes 30 offers to get 1 flip going. 30 offers makes you $50,000. So doesn't it make sense if 1 out of every 30 offers that we're making ends up being a flip that we move forward with and equates to $50,000, if we want to make $1 million, shouldn't we get to 20 flips going at a time? If on average we're making 50 grand per flip and we do that 20 times, that equates to $1 million. So if we're making an offer a day in 3 different markets and we're taking data and feedback and iterating and adjusting and responding to the data in a way that puts us in a better position to get our offers accepted, if you're rapid firing like that, you are going to tremendously shorten the learning curve. So number 1, make an offer a day in 3 different markets. Number 2, after you've made 30 offers, look at your data points and adjust. And number 3, keep the pressure going so your business ends up bringing you profit after profit after profit for each flip that you complete. This is a very important piece of the business. The problem that most people have is that they are very slow in making offers, especially when they first get into this game. They may make an offer every 3 weeks or an offer every month, or they're busy looking up data points on Redfin without actually taking action on those data points that they're getting. If you make enough offers and make the goal the volume of offers rather than making the goal, I want to get to the finish line with one flip. If that goal is the number of offers you make, it will directly correlate to you making a certain amount of money as long as you keep your foot on the gas. So let's do by example. Let's say I take a place, El Paso, Texas. If I'm first starting there, at first I want to talk to as many real estate agents as possible. I want them to send me leads. I want to look at Redfin to try to find the right neighborhoods. I want to make sure I'm running my numbers correctly. Let's say it takes talking to 10 real estate agents to get one agent that's sending us good leads and making offers for us whenever we want. Maybe we need 5 real estate agents or 6 real estate agents to be continuously sending us leads, so we have a lot of different pieces of our army willing and able to send offers for us. So start talking to the real estate agents, call them, take 2 hours and call 20 of them, call 30 of them, have that conversation, get through the process as quickly as you can so you can get comfortable talking to the agents in that specific market. And if you're doing that in 2 other areas at the same time, you'll learn that these agents say the same thing back to us. Oh, I do work with investors. I don't work with investors. Yeah, I'm new and hungry. Oh no, I don't have time. Sometimes you'll have real estate agents that say they'll send you potential properties tonight. You never hear from them again. So you have to get through that process in order to be able to get to a point where you have enough incoming leads to make one offer per day, right? And getting there, although it's a daunting task and an intimidating task at first, once you actually take action, take intentional action and give yourself quotas for how much activity is going out, that is what is going to be an indicator of how much money comes in. The more offers that we make, the higher likelihood of us getting through our inspection period and actually moving forward with a flip. The more flips we move forward with, 4 or 5 months down the line, we end up making our $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 on each. And the more we can repeat this process, the more money we can make, my friends. So make your offers, take your data points and adjust. Just because you're not getting them accepted does not mean that it's a bad market. It just means we have to adapt like you have to do with any business. And once you start getting offers accepted, start leaning in and planting roots. If you follow these steps, it's just a matter of how quickly you're applying it. If you make an offer a day compared to making an offer a week, you're 7 times quicker to make that $1 million threshold. So if you can really do a blitz, rapid fire those offers and get them going to a point where you have momentum, this game is very hard to slow down and the money starts flowing in. I hope this helps. This is how a lot of people in my groups, a lot of people all over the country, a lot of the top investors make their money. It's just a game of making as many offers as possible. Give yourself quotas and goals based on the activities, the journey, the process, rather than hanging everything at the end of the day, finishing one flip. And I promise you that will get you to the profitability of where you want to be. Hopefully this helps. You guys, if you're interested in more, hit the links in the description. This is how we teach people to become millionaires in the real estate game. I'll talk to you soon. Happy investing.